today. From Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, this is Madden Football on EA Sports. We'll see Drake Maye and the New England Patriots taking on Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us roughly midway between Boston and Providence. Everybody knows it as Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn. Happy to be with you. And CD, as we get this thing going, give the folks at home something to keep their eye on.
The running game for both teams, because I think this is going to be an old-fashioned, old-school type of a game. Physical, who wins up front, who runs the ball the best and controls the clock, they will come out the victor.
The veteran Joey Sly ready to get this started. Glad to have you with us, folks. And we are underway here at Gillette Stadium. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Out comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5". That's Josh Allen.
And in this league, there are many quarterbacks who have their most success running the ball, while there are others who have big arms. There aren't too many guys who can do both. And at the end of many games, this guy leads his team not just in passing, but in rushing as well.
Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. You've told me before it's tough to identify how to block a 3-4 defense. There wasn't a whole lot of blocking there.
And one other thing an offensive line coach told me, if you want to run wide against a 3-4, which is difficult to do because of the speed of the outside linebackers, it's often difficult for your offensive linemen to hit targets in space and create lanes for your guys to run through.
To the air, Allen. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. It'll go down as a gain of 6. 3rd and 7 now.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
But he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run, and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
So now on 4th down, Sam Martin on to punt for Buffalo. Back deep for New England is Marcus Jones. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Patriots take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the former Tar Heel, their rookie quarterback from UNC.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Maye. Got a man, it's Keon Butte. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 3.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there.
Looking to throw, Maye. That pass complete. Here's Butte with it. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. That's good for a 1st down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. So we just called his name on the previous snap, and they go right back to him, Charles, for a 2nd consecutive completion.
Yeah, I think what we're discovering on this drive is that he feels like he has answers no matter what defense you throw up there. He reads it, finds the open spot, and is available for the completion.
Douglas, the man in motion. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's complete. Demario Douglas with it. From the 43, it's 2nd and 3.
Switch out. Mark 43.
They'll run it. This is Ramondre Stevenson. And Stevenson's going to have a Patriots 1st down as he's inside the 40 to the 38-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On 1st and 10, it's Maye. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Maye. That's to the veteran tight end, Austin Hooper. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
And they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
It's just me and you.
They'll throw with Maye. He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
And it bangs off the left upright and deflects away. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. So here come the Bills out for their 2nd drive. And the last drive, their 1st drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too. Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So from 135 all the way over to the other. Here's 1st and 10. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Out to the left, he's got his tight end Knox. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's 2nd down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Mark that as a gain of 16 to set them up 1st and goal. We're scoreless after 1. The Bills with a football as we start quarter number 2. As they go to work on a 1st and goal. And again, it's Allen. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. James Cook, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Bills post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. They go I formation, fullback leads the way for the touchdown. Sort of a lost art, isn't it?
It really is, but sometimes when you're able to bring it back and use it against other teams, they're not prepared for it. They haven't seen it in a while, and now you gain an advantage, and we just saw that advantage result in a touchdown.
Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt. And it's 7-0 Buffalo. That time a 6-play drive. And it was James Cook capping all of that off with a touchdown run. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line.
So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive.
And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
They'll throw on first down with Maye. And the pass to Henry is intercepted.
And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just want to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick six.
Here's Bass now for the extra point.
And it's good to make it 14-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. New England trying to get a place on offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. The first carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. To the air, Maye. He finds Douglas complete. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing here is Maye. He finds his man complete. That's Douglas. From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. A give for Stevenson, running right. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big third down play.
Here's Maye. That is caught, and he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Gets this complete to Butte. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
Now Maye on first down. He finds his man complete. It's Douglas. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
They'll look to throw again.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Second and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Back to throw again. Touchdown! Hunter Henry from 10 yards out.
And the Pats are back within a score. That pass also evens the ledger for the rookie quarterback. Had the interception earlier, and now he gets the touchdown throw.
The ideal touchdown-interception ratio is what, 3-1 for the best quarterbacks? But he's a rookie. Just getting back to even is a big deal. Increases the confidence his teammates have in him as he tries to become their leader.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that'll make our score 14-7.
Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And able to get this out to the 25. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They're starting to put some space here. You know, first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right? Trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
It may be only a gain of 3 yards, but that back, he deserves a lot more credit on the play. That could have easily been stopped at the line, but his vision and his determination found some space to turn it into that modest gain.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27.
Now Allen.
That's taken in. It's Keon Coleman.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Throwing on first down is Allen. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
Now a 2nd and 10.
From the gun, it's Allen. And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in.
And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one.
Lofted it up there on the corner route, and he just went up and got that thing.
Pretty nice ball placement on that one as well, because it takes some good arm strength and touch to make that throw. On the business end, though, he came down with it in a big way.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Allen now looks to throw.
A short throw pulled in by Kincaid.
So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half.
The kick by Bass is good.
And the Bills will add on to their lead. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. New England with a first down as they begin the drive.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here, 2nd and a yard from the 34. They'll throw now on the final play.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, back to you, too, in just a bit. But first, welcome everyone to downtown Orlando and our EA Sports Halftime Report. We saw some strong work from James Cook in that first half. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break. This one has been a hard-hitting affair to this point, and you got to expect we'll see more of the same in the second half. And to bring the action your way, let's get it right back out to Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Now the Patriots going to take over here to start quarter number 3. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
The drive starts with a carry by Stevenson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Now a 2nd and 6. They run once more with Stevenson. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked it down to force a 4th down?
The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at about the 32. Throwing to start the drive. Allen. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. 33 yards that time.
And there's not a quarterback in the league that will ever complain about having small receivers like a Tyreek Hill or a Cooper Kupp who can find a seam, have good vision, and get open. But when you're throwing downfield like this, you want a big, tall receiver who can go above the rim, or if you're a volleyball fan, above the net and get it.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Here's Allen. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On play action, Allen on the move to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Allen.
Shakir hauls it in.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd.
That's caught by Kincaid, working the middle of the field.
And he's going to be marked down short of the 1st down, right around the 17. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 4th down.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. They'll run for it with Davis. And try to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short. And he is short. No dice for Sean McDermott in the offense. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created the push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on 4th down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
They'll run with Stevenson to begin the drive.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
Gregory Rousseau works his way in for the stop and the loss.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Let's make these babies crawl all the way back.
Again, it's Stevenson.
And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. It looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
He's got Hooper on the short connection. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
The Patriots send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fielded at about the 28. So holding there on the return, and that'll back him up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Out of the gun, he'll throw. He's able to get it to Coleman. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo 1st. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On 1st down, Allen. This taken in by Kincaid. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards and a Buffalo 1st down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Allen now on 1st down. Oh, and that is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Again, they'll throw with Allen. And this is Cook with a grab. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 30. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try the middle with Cook. And he's stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Davis. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll run it. Here's Cook.
What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run.
10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down. Starting to feel a little to me like the air is coming out of the balloon, so to speak, defensively.
They're taking their will from them right now. That's what they're doing. Whatever they want to call, it's working. They're handling things up front, and it's not just the offensive line. It's everyone. You're seeing the guys on the perimeter blocking downfield and making sure that they're secure. So, yeah, you're exactly right. The air's out of the balloon, and right now they're almost lifeless.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Here's Cook again.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
James Cook.
His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Bills are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. New England's offense set to go. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
On second down, here's Maye. This one hauled in. Again, it's Hooper. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Looking to throw. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Cook up the gut. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 48 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Oh, and they sent the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for 1st and goal. Cook following the penalty. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Davis will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. And this win now going to look a little more lopsided on the scoreboard, CD. Now, some may have run out the clock in that scenario, but they wanted to put their foot on the gas, get 1 more touchdown, and they did just that.
Well, partner, I would say the traditionalists not overly excited about that score. They'd like to see the game played a little bit differently. But what you can't argue with is their execution of that play, because it played out exactly as it was drawn up. It almost would have been a shame not to finish with such a well-run play.
Pass on for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line. New England trying to get to place on offense.
They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Cook. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. And with that, we say so long from Foxborough.